Alright guys, welcome to another SmackDown Recall. Last night was decent. Had some good matches, had some bad matches. So let's get down to business. The evening started out with Bret Hart. He announced that he is the GM for the night because apparently Teddy Long couldn't be there that night. And the show was actually hosted in Montreal, I believe Montreal, Canada? Montreal, Quebec, whatever. I'm not big on Canada. But, anyways, after introduction, Christian came out. Even though, yes, I am a Christian fan, I'm not exactly a fan of his doings. I'm more of a fan of his in-ring capabilities. So really, his character I'm not a fan of right now, but his in-ring abilities is really good. So he pretty much came with this paper that stated that he gets a rematch before anyone else. And to be to kind of argue on this, I'm not a fan of the lawyers, but what he had is technically proof. Just maybe Michael Cole might have been right, and he's saying that he gets a rematch clause, and that's the Christian's choosing. But apparently, Christian just had to get a piece of paper that stated that he gets it next week. And Bret Hart made it official on the Super SmackDown Live special next week on Tuesday night, right after Raw. It's gonna be big. I have a good feeling of it. And the match is going to be inside a steel cage. So there's nowhere to run for Christian. Hopefully his in-ring capabilities will help him out. Well, next on business, Mark Henry walked down to the ring. He pretty much was like saying everything was kind of like out of whack. He should get the championship before people because he earned it. And then he started to say that whoever wins the steel cage match, Mark Henry will face. And I believe he's gonna face him at SummerSlam. Like, I'm getting this little pickup on storyline. I have no knowledge on pro wrestling yet. Well, ProWrestling.net. They didn't really give away anything, but it just, if you follow the kind of storyline so far, you would think it's kind of going to lead to SummerSlam. You need a championship at Night of Champions. And if I said SummerSlam, I'm sorry, I meant Night of Champions. I'm still stuck on SummerSlam, which was a really good pay-per-view on some matches. And to tell another match that will happen at SummerSlam, the Super Show at SmackDown, the live special, it's going to be Alberto Del Rio versus Sin Cara. I think it's definitely going to be a big match, and if people have not noticed, which I highly doubt people haven't, Sin Cara, the original Sin Cara has been suspended back in July for, I believe, 30 days. So that means at the end of August he should be back. But I don't know where they're going with the storyline. The person that originally played Sin Cara is Mystico, the one who's playing it now. I think it's Hanako. I have no idea. I kind of got all the two names mixed up. I know the first one's Mystico, but the one playing now, I think it's Hanako or something. You have to kind of look that up. I got my that information from No DQ&A. So if you guys want to go check that out. But anyways, back to SmackDown. So basically now we got some matches heading up. So the first match of the evening was Christian versus Daniel Bryan. It was actually a really good match. All I've ever put into this match by both men. It was really good, actually. Christian tried to set up the kill switch several times, and it did not exactly work several times. And Daniel Bryan tried to set up the labella lock, and Christian got out of it from the ropes. Eventually, Daniel Bryan made one mistake. Christian capitalized with a kill switch. 1, 2, 3, done. Next match was Cara versus Heath Slater. In the actual showing, on the taping, they actually had to redo the match. They did it once, and it was so like horrendous. It had no flow that they actually had to tape it over again, and then put the better one obviously on TV. But oh well. So I don't exactly like this match. It almost was like Heath Slater didn't put up much of a fight. Sure, he started to get the offensive in the beginning, but once Cara's rolling, you really can't stop him. It ended with the senton moonsault combo, which I'm not a fan of. I like my the two favorite ones so far are that spinning like DDT kind of thing, and the grabbing moonsault from the top rope. That's probably the best one he has, because no one else can do that. Alright, so next match was Randy Orton versus Ted DiBiase. Bit back and forth. Ted DiBiase did show some offensive. He tried to lock in the Dream Street, but Randy Orton evaded it, several clotheslines, and then went for the RKO for the 1, 2, 3. And then after the match, Cody Rhodes helped up Ted DiBiase and gave him a crossroads and put the paper bag on him. So either this is tough love, or he's saying, screw Ted DiBiase. We don't know. Next matchup was Kelly versus Tamina. Kelly won with, I believe, for K2, whatever. Next match was actually really impressive towards the end. Ezekiel Jackson versus the Great Khali. I believe Khali did have his moments, and then Ezekiel Jackson was trying to I guess you could say manhandle Jinder Mahal, and then Khali tried to use his famous chop to Ezekiel, but Ezekiel evaded and the chop connected to Jinder. So happy about that because I hate Jinder Mahal. Khali was great without him. I think Khali, even if he didn't even have a match or anything, he would be perfect. But the match ended with the torture rack from Ezekiel Jackson. Oh, that was impressive. He picked up, I think Khali weighs like 300 pounds, 400 pounds? I know he weighs less than the Big Show, but I mean, the guy's like 7 feet tall. How do you get him over your shoulders and start up the torture rack? But, wow, that was impressive. If he could do that on the Big Show, I would laugh. But, anyways, torture rack, Khali tapped out, Ezekiel won. The final event was Sheamus versus Mark Henry in a SummerSlam rematch. Mark Henry tried to take it out to the outside. He almost went for the World's Strongest Slam, which was evaded by Sheamus, and then Sheamus hit the bro kick for the count-out victory. And then after the match, lots of outside the ring action happened, and then Sheamus pretty much, I think, got a World's Strongest Slam on top of the steel steps. So this might continue a plot scene, or it might end a plot scene, or even better, they might actually keep the plot scene right after they finish it with Randy Orton and Mark Henry, so that it's Sheamus and Mark Henry feuding. It makes sense to me, but so that was SmackDown this week. Tune into the live special. I will definitely be tuning in. It will definitely. So far, it looks really good. Well, the matches sound good. I'm definitely gonna like the Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio because I hate Alberto Del Rio. Um, so that's pretty much it. Tune into the Raw Recall on. I believe I'm gonna post on like Tuesday, and the Super Show I might post up on like Wednesday or so. And if you do just so happen to miss the live version, you can always, they will air it on Friday on its usual time slot. But I'm sure you guys don't want to just watch it like usual. If it's live, watch it live. So that's pretty much it. See you on Monday.